What is up, guys? Randomonium here with another video. There's been a lot of debate on the forums and on Reddit about this new dynamic queue, and there's a lot of really great arguments out there for why it's a bad idea and even some for why it's a good idea. But there's one argument in particular that, even though some people are talking about it, I don't feel like people are going as deep as they should into this argument in particular, and this argument will have a huge impact on ranked play. So I wanted to get into that today and just try and make a quick video on the number one reason why I think dynamic queue is going to be a bad thing. But first, just real quick, I'm going to be having my champion pool in the background of a lot of these videos in the future, and I know people are going to want to know how I made this champion pool. So I'm going to link a video in the upper right hand corner that'll show you how you can make a champion pool like this, and you can definitely check out that video after this video is done. But moving into how dynamic queue is going to work. So when you queue up for a ranked game like this, instead of being just thrown into a team of 5 where you're going to have to call your role and you get your role based on pick order, now instead I can choose a primary and secondary role. So I'm a jungle main, so I'll choose jungle, and then for secondary role you can pick anything else. You can even pick Phil, but there's no real incentive to pick Phil, so I don't think a lot of people are going to pick it, so I'll say mid. Why not? I'm not going to queue up, obviously, because I don't want to play a ranked game right now. But what this really does is it makes it so that you only ever have to be good at 2 roles to play ranked. So no longer do you have to be good at every single role in the game. You just got to be good at 2 roles, and you got a like a 95 or higher percentage chance of getting those 2 roles. So that's one bad thing that I'm sure people will talk about, but that's not really what I want to talk about. The other big thing is that you can queue up now with as many people as you want. So you can have a pre-made group of 5, and you can go up against, another pre-made group of 5, or you might even go up against a group of just solo queuers. And that's also a huge deal because now, your ability to single-handedly carry the game is going to be lessened a lot. So I know a lot of people brought up arguments that like LCS teams are just going to dynamic queue together all the time. So LCS teams are going to dominate the challenger rankings now, and I think that's a really good argument. But that's not really what I think is going to be a huge impact on the large player base. But it is really a really good argument for, we're going to stifle all these really great challenger players who maybe aren't on an LCS team because the LCS teams are going to dominate the challenger rankings this season. So what I am really worried about is this. So this is the official announcement that Riot has for dynamic groups. And the key sentence in here is this one right here. So it says you can group up with as many people as you want, and you will almost always play against a similarly grouped opponents. They say there's about a 95% chance you'll run into the same group. And that sounds like a lot. But when you're in a system where most people hover between 50 plus or minus 5%, so most people are between 45 and 55% for their ranked stats, so win percentage, that 5% is huge. It's absolutely enormous. If you have 5% of your games where you're going to be matched up against a pre-made of 5, where they're going to have voice communication, and they're going to still be the same ability level as you, because it says that you'll no longer get your MMR boosted up because you're queuing with multiple people, you have a very small chance at winning that 5% of your games. And people are saying, oh, 5%, that's not a lot. Well, what if that happens during a promotion series, right? That's going to be huge in your ability to rise in ranked. And then not only that, but I encourage all of you right now to just open up like op.gg or open up another, whatever the website you guys use to track your statistics in another one of your tabs, and look at your win percentages. Look at your rankings. I'm going to pull up my rankings right now. So I actually track all of my stats. So these are my stats for the past year for games, both normal games and ranked games. And if you look at every single role, all of my win rates fall between 45 and 55%. So if I wind up getting matched up against a pre-made of 5% of my games, all of my win percentages are going to go down by about 5%. Maybe it'll be only be like 4 or 3%, because maybe I'll get lucky and win a couple of those games. But they're all going to go down. And if you look at this, ratings where I previously had a positive win rate, I'm now going to have a negative win rate. And I bet you that if you look at your op.gg, you'll see the same thing. So even if you have like a great win percentage, like 60% win rate, your win rate is going to drop. So you're going to rise a lot slower. And if you're struggling to go up in ranking, if you're 52, 53% win rate, now you're going to have a 48% win rate, and you're actually going to drop in ranking. And that's really the huge problem that I have with dynamic queue, is that if you are a solo queue player, you are going to be punished. You're either going to rise a lot slower in ranked, or you're going to start falling in ranked if you do not group up with other people. And that's a huge problem in my opinion. I don't believe that you should be punishing people and forcing people to queue up in a group so that they can have a fair fight over a large majority of their games. So I hope Riot takes a really good close look at this, because it's not going to turn out well for them. It didn't turn out well for Heroes of the Storm. It's not going to turn out well for League of Legends. And yeah, if this system does go through, I strongly recommend that you group up with people. Do not solo queue in Season 6, because you will be putting yourself at a disadvantage. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe. If you have any comments on this video, if you think that I got it wrong, or if you've got some good arguments for why dynamic queue is a good thing, please leave a comment. Or if you agree with me, please leave a comment. I'd love to have a debate on this with people. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. This is Randomonium signing off.